Hello, guys. Hello. How is everybody? Take a quick peek around here and what's going on. Just saw the VP motorcade coming up 17th Street back to the Eisenhower building. Let's see. Okay. Take a peeky. All right. So there's a lot of hoopla about this fencing over the weekend, huh? It's a lot of hoopla altogether, actually, lately. So here's where it is. So, and I kind of figured they would go ahead and leave it up for the 4th of July. Now, it was, supposed to be put up for this protest against Iran, the war with Iran, which I didn't even know, like, we were in a war with Iran. But the fencing was put up for that protest, supposedly. And I figured, well, with the 4th of July coming up, and there are these huge protests again scheduled for the 4th of July, I figured they'd just go ahead and leave it up, and they have. And sorry. So let me explain what it looks like, because I'm still not doing a whole lot of walking. But so basically, it's here, Lafayette Square. Obviously, we just saw some of that with concrete, the concrete bricks and barriers and stuff. And what it does is it starts, so the Treasury is right down there. Okay. It's the main Treasury building on the right. And it starts there and it goes down. Let me see. It goes down 15th Street, down to the Ellipse and around the south side. And then, of course, it's over here on 15th Street, and it goes down once again to the Ellipse. Blocking that part off. So they have obviously gone ahead and left it up for this weekend. Now, I don't know what to expect here. Let me come over here. Hi, Ani, how are you? Here a bit. Take a peek over this side. So I really don't know what to expect in this area for the 4th, okay, as far as protests go. That we'll just have to see what happens. And I still haven't decided if I'm going to be up here or not. I'll keep my eye on stuff, though. Let's see. Now, I know they're not here. They're at Alligator Alcatraz. Lord. So the flight left here earlier. And I noticed, I'm really curious as to see how the flights are going to work with the new flag on the south side. And I saw a short clip from Dan Scavino where they showed her leaving, and the flag was up. So I still would like to see it for myself. So I'll be looking into that and see when I can do that. So obviously there's no fine-looking young man at the door, but there are a few people down there just doing their thing. So I've seen some stuff going around that maybe something's going to happen on July 4th, something big as far as the Treasury, as far as all kinds of stuff goes. I, I, I don't know. Okay. I mean, anything can happen at any time. I don't have any confirmation of that. I can't say it's not going to happen. We'll just have to see what happens on the 4th, right? What I can tell you about the city is their tan pants again. Basically, the only riot fencing is here at the White House, okay? Now, they do have, like I told you last week, they do have some of the like 6-foot silver fencing going down Constitution Avenue. They have put in like a little bit of a bleacher thing over here by the Washington Monument, and there's fencing. They brought in a bunch of porta potties, and they have, the National Mall being set up for 4th of July, and they have the Capitol over there, all set up and ready to go. So it just basically looks like they're ready for 4th of July and nothing more, and I'm not going to myself add to all of the hoopla and the sensational crap. I'm just not going to do it. I don't think it helps anybody really at this point. I think we're all, tired and just frustrated, and, the clickbait and the sensationalism and all of that stuff, it's, to be quite honest, for me, it's annoying. It really is, and enough's enough. It's like, let's just leave it at what it is. Let's leave it at the facts. Let's leave it at the truth until, we have more than that. And I saw a lot of that regarding the fencing over the weekend, and it's kind of, a letdown, actually, as far as I go, to see it all. You know what I mean? So let me think. Over the Capitol, other than them setting up for like, the 4th of July stuff, the Senate buses are there, but the House buses are not there, and the Senate flag is there. And of course, there's all this stuff going on with this big, beautiful bill, which I have my questions about. Like, I don't know. Something inside of me tells me, like, and I could be really, really wrong, that it's some kind of a trap. I really do. Like, I've been thinking that way for probably a couple weeks now. And like I said, I could be wrong. But something inside of me says there's something more to this than they're letting on. So we'll just have to see what comes out of that. And I know they were supposed to have it done by the 4th and on the desk by the 4th. Let's just see what happens with all of that. Nothing else. It's, there's a lot of tourists here with it being the 4th of July coming up. A lot of tour buses. And as usual, just a lot of construction. But, nothing else to really tell you about. So I'm not sure about Friday. I may come up Thursday just to take a peek around in case I don't come Friday. See if they've done any different, fencing or anything like that. I really don't feel like they're going to, but I could be wrong. What else? I think that's pretty much it. When I leave here, I'm going to scoot over to the visitor center because it's been a couple of weeks since I've popped in there to see if the presidential portrait is in yet. And I know, they've got it here. So I wonder if they've gotten it over to, the White House Information Center, Visitor Center, whatever you want to call it. So I'll peek over there and see if it's there. And if it is, we'll go take a look at it. And if not, I am going to just get out of here. I knew there wouldn't be anything to see, but I did want to see if they had left all the fencing up. So I think that's just about it, guys. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. So if it's, like I said, if the portrait's over there, I'll come back on. We'll go take a look at it. If not, I'm going to take one more ride through and just get out of here. Okay, so I love you guys. I'll see y'all later.